Alright, and welcome back everyone to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, playing as the Russian Empire, and we're working on our invasion of Japan. We unfortunately only have a 62% chance on this one, which I think is a little low. I would think it would at least be in the 70s or 80s, but whatever. It is their largest port, Sasebo, at almost 250,000 tons, so maybe that's more the issue. Let us do some quick looking real quick because I have not played in a bit, so I don't know exactly where we're at. Okay, so it looks like we are okay. So we're just waiting on these two, and then we're starting to build our modern battle cruisers, and then of course we have the St. Petersburg class, which is supposed to just be a larger version of the Kronstadt. You know, this being the heavy cruiser, this being, a battle cruiser, but it's basically just a super heavy cruiser. It's basically an Alaska class, except quad barrels instead of triple barrels. But, is what it is. All right. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Real quick, let's look at research. What are we getting in the form of here? 19,000 ton heavy cruisers. What do we got going on here? We don't know yet. Quality control 3. Oh, yes, thank you. Less flaws are better. Stereoscopic 4. What are we getting tower-wise? Destroyer towers. Ooh, nice. All right, that's good because our next class of destroyer, we'd like to be able to have the new towers for. And what are we getting here? Advanced electro-hydraulic turrets. Very nice, very nice. And then, of course, we're working on submarines. We are building our first 10 submarines, correct? Oh, we've already built our first 10 submarines. We're going to wait until the next submarine hull to build any more submarines. Our first 10 submarines out of Haifa, they will be the menaces of the Mediterranean. So let's go ahead and proceed. So I hope the mic sounds a little better for you guys. I moved it closer to me for the sake of some of the complaints that I was getting from an individual on some of the videos. Again, due to my setup, I don't have a boom yet. I have ordered the boom for my microphone, so that will be here on Friday. Yes, Friday. So we will have that available on Friday. These videos are being recorded on Tuesday, so you guys won't have the boom mic available, but it will be here. All right, then we got a battle going on. What do we got? Oh, of course, Aurora versus Hashidate. I can speak, I swear. All right, we're just gonna auto resolve it. All right. Oh, so we will be getting. Do I work this Saturday? Yes. So I'm going to have to record that prior. I'm going to just have to record it. We will be starting Age of Sail this coming Friday, which will be it's currently the 11th. 15th? Is it the 15th? My brain is mush right now, so don't mind me. Don't mind me. My brain is mush. 14th. The 14th. So I'll oh no, Saturday's the 15th. Okay, so yeah. And this is being recorded on the 11th, or will be recorded on the 11th for Age of Sail. Hopefully you guys like the format for the Age of Sail stuff, because we plan on making it a little extra long. And my main thing there is that there's been several discussions that have been occurring within the YouTube sphere as a whole when it comes to gameplay. It seems that gameplay is benefiting a lot from extra long stuff. So we're talking like 2, 4, 6, 8 hours, just the video lengths. I'm going to try out a 2-hour video and see how it goes. We'll do that format for we'll do that format for the Age of Sail stuff to see if it works out. If it doesn't, then we'll figure it out, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, I want to turn the music back on. I did find out some further clarification. Oh god, that's... There we go. But I did receive some further clarification. If the music is part of the game, so if it's a separate, like, Belgium, you want a St. Petersburg, and I have the space for it, and you're paying me a lot of money. Yeah, sure, why not? Get a bunch of money for that. And then you also want, Bangladesh wants some destroyers. We will happily pay, or we will happily build those for you to sell them. But yeah, got the clarification on it. So what it actually is that if the music is part of the game, it's not hit in the algorithm the same way as if it's separate from the game. So, and the algorithm apparently can tell the difference. Like there is evidence showing that it can tell the difference. So, cool. And also, adding a slight disclaimer in the description apparently helps as well. So, we'll see. I do need to get a description format or a description template down at some point in time in the future as well. One of the many things I've realized about the whole YouTube thing, especially because, I'm not doing this as a job thing. Don't worry, guys. I'm not a freaking degen like half of the YouTube community. Love you guys. No, I like my job. I like my job a lot. Oh, we failed to take Kyushu. Okay, well, that's fine. Let us do it. Actually, let's go around the other way first. Let's do it this way. Because what we will do... Stay on the outskirts of the minefields. What we will do is we'll just skirt around and we'll just start taking the islands. Because Kyushu is just going to be a hard nut to crack without the extra ships. Which, again, we have 11 months. Hopefully we can take something and do something here quickly. We need to start rebuilding this. Oh my god, we're using so much money. Let's cut this down. Let's adjust our budget a little bit. Just to kind of save us some money. Alright, and then we should be getting Ocean Going 2. Sweet, so we'll have these as well. What is this? Enhanced submarine torpedoes. Cool. Alright, so we're getting those at the same time. Our next set of submarines will be happening momentarily. But yeah, so I like my job a lot. Actually, this past weekend, I guess I should give you guys a rundown because it's kind of been a bit of a weekend, I guess, week/weekend. Give you guys an update on what's been going on. So, my manager, not to give any hard details, but he's been in the hospital for a while. and there's been a lot of people within the company as a whole. Wow. No. No. Sorry. There's been a lot of people in the company overall who have been very, 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 very upset over certain things that have been going on. The lack of communication, the lack of just overall just things not happening the way they should be happening. And there's just been a general animosity building within the company. But the reason for that was because my manager, who, let's just say his plate was full, you know, they definitely threw too much on his plate all at once, and it was definitely overwhelming him. He was not able to take care of everything, and then when he went into the hospital, I can put these bad boys on sea control. When he went on to, defend? Oh, that's right. You have to actually put them out into physical patrols. Oh, all right. Well, we'll handle that here in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to deploy 10 of these bad boys to Dalian, or no. Let's put them in Moskov. Yeah, let's put him in Moskov. But he, when he went into the hospital, it kind of just threw a kink in the wrench, threw a wrench into the gears. Wow, I almost messed that up completely. And really just created a situation that was unfavorable for everybody. Well, what ends up happening is that as a result of a new system being put in at work and the company trying to get this system to work, but it's not working at all. Suffice to say, a lot of things weren't getting done, like, for example, our schedules. For just to use me as an example, I was not on the schedule this weekend, even though I was supposed to get called in. Nobody called me in, and so I only ended up working Sunday and Monday, which, whatever, not that big of a deal. I'm not going to die from it. But point is, things were a little chaotic. And so finally I got my manager on the phone on Saturday. Friday was basically his first official day back. And he explained the situation to me. And it was like, oh, crap. Okay, that explains what was going on. And as such, now things are a little on the more cool side. Well, as I've probably mentioned in previous videos at this point in time, I was looking for a new job, mainly from the pay scale point of view, but the stuff with what was going on in the company at the time was really jading me, and so I was like, okay, I don't want to be involved in this crap anymore. So, found the new job starting actually next week, and put my 2 weeks in at the other company, and then my manager, again on the phone with him on Saturday, was like, I'm not terminating you. And at first I was like, excuse me. Like, at first, that's what I was thinking in the back of my head, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'm putting you on the armed event team, which, to you guys, that might not mean a lot. To me, that is basically making my career. The armed event team at our company, basically, how do I put those? Where's our other fleet? Did they kind of just collapse on each other? Think of it this way. If you go to a concert or a speech or anything like that, you see security guards. They don't have guns. That's because 99% of events that want security, they don't want the security armed. I think it's a pretty ass-backwards way of doing things, but that's also from the perspective that if you're like me, for example, then, me being armed is a good thing. Unfortunately, most security guards are not me. So them being armed is kind of a risky proposition because they're more likely to shoot themselves in the fucking foot than anything. But the key thing is that the armed event team are the officers that they want armed. And so, yeah. I'm not going to give any more details past that, but the point is that it's a pretty big career-making opportunity for me, because not only does it give me a very nice resume piece, it also lets me gain experience with a team of guys that have been kicking ass and taking names for the past 25, 30 years. Like, the guy who runs the team, one of my other managers, is a former air marshal and has been doing shit like a badass for his entire career. So, it is one of those things where you're like, oh, cool, awesome. When do I start? Now, unfortunately, I have to go through a bunch of training and whatnot before I'm able to actually fully join the team. Basically, the manager that runs the team, he has his own course of training that he puts people through rather than relying purely on the state training, which is the way to do it. Like, that is full bore the way to do it. The state training is just a basic benchmark, whereas if you have to include extra training on top of that. Ooh, okay. Destroyer Squadron. Interesting. Alright, we're actually going to fight this one, because if we don't, we're going to lose some ships. Yeah, it's not going to end well for us. But suffice to say, I'm very, very happy, and things are very good. So, really, really, really happy about the situation overall. Alright, so 1 light cruiser, 8 destroyers versus our very capable battle group. Like, this is not a situation to be... Well, I say that, and to be fair to the enemy, this is kind of the situation in which you would want to use this kind of attack force to attack these ships. Alright, what's our overall damage looking like? Okay, it looks like one of the Slavas, the Mikhail, took a couple big hits. Let's see if we can catch up to them. Because I'd love to kill more of their fleet. Like, who wouldn't want to kill more of their fleet? Alright. So, smoke spotted to the northeast. Turn the fleet. Actually, you know what? Alright, they're not changing direction. So we'll send the light cruiser and a section of destroyers with them, a division, and then the heavy cruisers and these destroyers will go that direction, and then the battleships will just kind of hang out in the back. Actually, this would be a good time to use this order. Unfortunately, we don't have radar yet, so Alright, it looks like we're not going to catch them. If we still haven't made contact. They were like, nope, 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 we don't want this noise. We do not want that noise. No smoke, please. No smoke. Oh, I just realized you guys are going to really hear my vape now. Too bad, so sad. You were the ones bitching that you couldn't hear me on the microphone. Boom, ba bum 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 bum. All right. Yes, we will build you a destroyer. And we will continue messing up Japanese ships. All right. Inner hull, very nice. This will definitely help when we get to the top tier submarines. All these improvements are gonna. You kind of need to research them both at the same time to make sure that you're keeping up. And then let's go ahead and increase this again because I'm a bit of a masochist for my budget. But hey, you know what? This is what navies do. They're fucking money holes. It's actually so I was actually doing some research for the IJN series that we're going to be doing, and I was astounded actually to find out that the Japanese, there were three primary technologies the Japanese lacked that if they had parity with the United States, it would have been absolutely freaking ridiculous. And now the first technology was to do with their submarines, where basically Japanese subs couldn't stay out on their war patrols nearly as long, and so Japanese submarines tend to have shorter patrol lengths than, or not really shorter, but less capable patrol lengths than U.S. submarines at the time. The second technological disadvantage that they had was the proximity fuse. A lot of people they reference the 25 millimeter. I forget the name of the AA gun, but they reference the 25 millimeter as being a junk gun. And in reality, all the research that I've done isn't that it was a junk gun, that it just was not conducive to anti-air capability. Had it been stuck on like something like a wow. It's been a long time since I've said German vehicle names. Crap, what were the scout cars? Fuck. You guys know what I'm talking about. The four-wheel German scout cars that, that the Germans had. If it had been stuck on something like that, it would have been an excellent weapon across the board. Would have been fantastic. The problem is, for an anti-aircraft gun, it wasn't all that great. It wasn't all that impressive. And then, with the lack of proximity fuses on their anti-aircraft munitions, it really hurt their anti-aircraft capabilities. Which is, that if you want to talk about why the U.S. had such a good time against air attack, like, generally speaking, it's because of the proximity fuse. A lot of people don't give enough credit to that technology specifically, and it kind of annoys me. And then the third technology was, of course, everyone's favorite one to talk about, which is radar. In reality, something that we've talked about previously in regards to the Yamato with its very, 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 very unstable platform, we shall say. We only have one light cruiser with this fleet. What the hell? What happened to the other one? There's supposed to be two. Did we lose a light cruiser at some point in time? I didn't realize. Oh well, whatever. Alright. Go, my demons. Murder and kill. Oh, okay. We made contact with them pretty freaking quick. As the cruisers turn away because they're like, oh god, destroyers. But yeah, the lack of technology was actually more down to just the fact that the Americans, at the time of the war, received the more advanced radar technology that the British had. The British led the world in radar tech across the board, and just from technology sharing, that's why the Americans enjoyed such an advantage across the board. Let the chaos ensue! Torpedoes everywhere! Oop. Oop. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is just the sheer unadulterated chaos of what just occurred. Okay, you took some big hits. I don't know. Leave the battle space, please. What are you guys doing over there? There's things to kill over here. But yeah, the overall assessment that I give is that don't sell the Japanese too short, because it just give a few technological changes and the war could have been a lot worse for the Americans. Would the US have won? Yes, 100%. There was no challenging the economic dominance that the US had, but would have lost a lot more ships. A lot more. Nobody... let's be fair, everybody. When a single aircraft carrier, for example, carries, in the modern day, carries 5,000 freaking people. Imagine if you lost one aircraft carrier. Just one. That's 5,000 casualties. Because... well, a lot of people don't think about this. The ability for people to get off the boat and into life rafts is not nearly as guaranteed as some people think it is. I do see a lot of discussion about that. A lot of people talk about the what are these Japanese ships made out of? Dude. They're only reinforced bulkhead and anti-flood tail. What's their... They're only mini bulkheads. What the hell? How are you not sinking from that instantly? Okay. I guess. Whatever. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where, like, I see a lot of discussion because I've been doing research, seeing a lot of discussion online about how people how are so many people lost, or making jokes about how many people certain nations have lost with their naval losses, and I'm like, guys, it's not easy getting that many people off the boat, especially from the lower decks. From the lower decks, there are going to be hundreds of people who can't get out of there because that's how the ships are designed. Like when you take catastrophic enough damage, a boat becomes a tomb real freaking quick. It's unfortunate. It's sad, but it's just the truth of the matter. And it amazes me how, you know, again, the people like to talk a big game, and then they, you know, don't put things to a fair perspective. All right. What the hell are our destroyers doing? Come back this way, you bastards. What are you doing? We got enemy ships over here that are running away from our cruisers right now. And you guys are in the perfect position to intercept. Like, I don't know what the destroyers were doing this entire time. Like, they were just full blown. Just full blown. No idea what they're doing. They're like, AI control. Oh, how we love you. No, we don't love it at all. We don't love it whatsoever. All right. Oh, turn these guys off. Turn these guys off. Get after this last one. And in reality, the only reason why I'm trying to sink every single one of them is because it's like, no, you will not have a navy anymore. You will not be allowed to have a navy. There we go. Thank you. Alright. Enemy forces destroyed. Oh, I didn't know the King George had a quad barrel battery like that. That's cool. Did not know that. See, weird gun setups like this were very, 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 very common back in the day. And I didn't even know about this one. All right. And 2 more turns, we'll have that. We have 5 turns until these are finished building, and then we can queue up the next 2 battle cruisers. I'm going to go ahead and tie this one up here, ladies and gentlemen. I will talk to you later. I love you all. Please, please have a wonderful day. Bye.